Hello dear student, welcome in our ninth lecture of this CH202 course. Student, in the previous lecture we have discussed the paper chromatography and ion exchange chromatography. Now in this lecture we are going to discuss the gel permeation chromatography and affinity chromatography. So these are the learning objectives. After completion of this lecture, student must know the principle of this gel permeation chromatography, techniques of this gel permeation chromatography, and application of this gel permeation chromatography. Along with that, the affinity chromatography, its principle, its technique and application must know after the completion of this lecture. Okay. So we start with the first, that is gel permeation chromatography. So first we see the principle of this gel permeation chromatography. In short, we call it as GPC, that is called gel permeation chromatography. This gel permeation chromatography is the type of size exclusion chromatography. That's why it is also called SEC, size exclusion chromatography, that separates the analytes on the basis of their size. Why the name is given size exclusion? Because this technique separate the analytes on the basis of size. Okay, this GPS separate the analyte based on the size. This differs from other separation technique which depend upon the chemical and physical interaction to separate the analyte. Means this GPS, it is a differ from the other separation technique because here the analytes are separated on the basis of their size. Okay, separation occurs via the use of porous bed packed in a column. The smaller analytes can enter the pores more easily and therefore spend more time in these pores, increasing their retention time. That means, student, in shortly we say that a smaller molecule spend more time in the column and they eluted last, while the larger molecule they easily eluted first. These smaller molecules spend more time in the column and therefore they eluted last. Conversely, larger analytes spend little if any time in the pores and are eluted quickly. Less time. Okay. All the columns have a range of molecular weight that can be separated. So, student, in shortly you have to remember that this GPC technique, it is also called size exclusion chromatography. This is totally based on the separation of a analyte on the basis of their size. Smaller molecule eluted last while larger molecule eluted first. Why? Because due to the smaller size, these small molecules spend more time in the column. So the retention time increases and that's why they eluted last. Okay, so it is very simple. This gel permeation chromatography is the type of high performance liquid chromatography, HPLC. Okay, this GPS or SEC separate the molecules on the basis of their size, hence the name is size exclusion chromatography. This GPS is used to determine the molecular weight distributions of a polymer. This GPS uses columns packed with very small, round, porous particles to separate the molecules contained in the solvent that is passed through them. The first GPS column were packed with the material referred to as a gels. The column which is packed with the material that is nothing but the gels. Hence the name is gel permeation chromatography. Okay. This gel permeation chromatography is used to determine the molecular weight distributions of a polymer. So here the figure is given. This A, this is a column. In that column, this is a gel material is placed. On that column we introduce a sample mixture. It is applied to the top of the column in the A figure. Okay, in the B, partial separation takes place. So here the greenish and red molecules are partially separated. Okay, here both are mixed. So in the third column, what happened? The complete separation takes place. So greens are at the above and this red one are at the lower side. This red one has a larger size, that's why they eluted first, while this green has a very small size, they eluted last. So at the D figure, the last smaller molecules are eluted. Here the size is also given. Sample mixture contains this larger A colored molecule, while this is a smaller green color molecule. So by this gel permeation chromatography, the column it is packed with the gel and smaller molecules eluted first. Larger molecule eluted first and smaller molecule eluted at last. So the separation takes place depend on the size. Hence the name is size exclusion chromatography. Okay student, remember this point. Then we see the application of this gel permeation chromatography. Protein fractionation, it is generally performed by using this GPS technique. Then purification of an organic compound, that is also done by using this GPS technique. Molecular weight determination, it is also performed by this GPS technique. Separation of the sugar, protein, peptides, rubbers and other on the basis of their size, it is also done by using this technique. This technique can be used to determine the quaternary structure of the purified proteins. This technique is often used for the analysis of polymers. Polymers can be characterized by variety of definition for the molecular weight, including the number average molecular weight, weight average molecular weight, and the size average molecular weight, and the last, that is viscosity average molecular weight. So all these molecular weight are find out by separating that polymer by using this GPC technique. Okay, so these are the applications of the GPC technique. Okay, then the next is affinity chromatography. The affinity chromatography is the method affinity chromatography. The next is affinity chromatography. This affinity chromatography is the method of separating the biochemical mixture based on a highly specific interaction between antigen and antibody, enzyme and substrate, receptor and ligand, or proteins and nucleic acids. It is the type of chromatographic laboratory technique used for purifying the biological molecules within a mixture by exploiting a molecular properties. Means it is a technique which used to purify the biological molecules. Protein could be eluted by ligand solution. Biochemical macromolecules such as enzymes and their proteins interact with other molecules with high specificity through several different types of bonds and interaction. Such interaction include the hydrogen bonding, ionic interaction, disulfide breach, hydrophobic interaction, and other more interactions are there. So this last point it is clear by figure in the next slide. Okay. So here this introduction about this affinity chromatography, it is essential. This affinity chromatography, it is essential a sample purification technique used primarily for biological molecules such as proteins. Means biological molecule proteins are purified by using this affinity chromatography. Okay, it is a method of separating a mixtures of protein or nucleic acids by specific interaction of those molecules with a component known as a ligand. which is immobilized on a support. If a solution of, say, a mixture of a protein is passed over the column, one of the protein binds to the ligand on the basis of the specificity and high affinity. They fit together like a lock and key. Okay. The other proteins in the solution wash through a column because they were not able to bind the ligand. Here the figure is given. In this figure, this is a bed. This blue color, it is a bed. These lines, it is a ligand, and these are the target proteins. Okay, and these are the competing protein. So what happens when these competing proteins are entered? Well, it bind to this bed and these target proteins are eluted. So they elute the target molecule by introducing another protein that will compete to bind the other ligand. So what happened here? So this is a target protein and these target proteins are replaced by this competing protein and targeted proteins get separated. Okay, in this way the purification of a biological molecule such as protein takes place. Okay, then we see the principle of this affinity chromatography. This affinity chromatography is one of the most diverse and powerful chromatographic method for purification of specific molecules or a group of molecules from a complex mixture. It is based on highly specific biological interaction between two molecules such as interaction between enzymes and substrate, receptors and ligand, antibodies and antigen. These interactions, which are typically reversible, are used for the purification by placing one of the interacting molecule referred to as a affinity ligand onto a solid matrix to create a stationary phase while a target molecule is in the mobile phase. Many of the commonly used ligands coupled to affinity matrices are now commercially available and are ready to use. Here the matrix is there, this is the ligand, and when they bind they look like this. Okay, then we introduce a sample. So what happened, this sample bind to this complex and there is a formation of a complex. During that the impurities are removed and this complex again we are going to separate by this affinity chromatography. This matrix and ligand again going to get separate and sample get purified. So by this way we can purify the complex or proteins, etc. Biological molecules are purified by using this affinity chromatography. Then the last point is application of affinity chromatography. It is used for isolation and purification of all biological micro. The first application of this affinity chromatography, it is used for isolation and purification of all biological macromolecules. It is used to purify nucleic acid, antibodies, enzymes. Third application, to notice which biological compounds bind to a particular substance. That is also find out by using this technique. To reduce a amount of substance in a mixture, means impurity, after removal of impurity we are getting a reduced amount of our mixture. Okay, affinity chromatography can be used to purify and concentrate a substance from a mixture into a buffering solution and reduce the amount of unwanted substances in the mixture, and also identify the biological compounds binding to a particular substance, purify and concentrate an enzyme solution. Okay, this affinity chromatography is used for the determination of inhibition constant of enzymes. This affinity chromatography is ideal for the study of interaction in a biochemical process. Okay, so student, you have to remember all these applications of this affinity chromatography. So with this we complete our lecture. In the next lecture we will discuss the gas chromatography and supercritical fluid chromatography. So these two techniques or the remaining techniques we will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you, student.